in that particular era, I could probably name 10 wrestlers better than Hulk Hogan. I could probably name 10.
But can you name 10 wrestlers who could do this better than Hulk Hogan?
No. The Hulk up? I hate that shit. Look.
He's hulking up.
That Hulk up shit is so trash. Oh, God. And if we being honest, the leg drop is probably the #1 worst finisher of all time.
Ask my queen if the leg drop is the worst finisher of all time.
It's cool. Look, I do wrestling moves on my woman too, so you know what I mean? But
put her right in the Cobra Squad.
You know what I'm saying? I pedigree my girl from time to time, you know what I mean?
It's the Free Lunch Podcast with me and my comrades, giving you what you need every day, no off days. We talking real-ish and current events. It's the Free Lunch Podcast with me and my comrades, giving you what you need every day, no off days. We talking real-ish and current events.
Brought to you by
Finally, Love Harden has come back to the Free Lunch Podcast. If you haven't already, with your Rudy Poo candy ass, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You jabroni.
That was fire.
Was that fire?
That was fire.
That
was fire.
But nah, already introduced Will T. Cook, but MJ had to slide out. It was perfect for the occasion because I already had my man Craig Jones behind the camera.
You know, the last row champ is here.
The champ is here. The champ is here. Nah, man. I had to bring, is a foe a good thing or a friend of, no, a foe is the bad thing.
Bad thing.
I was going to say, I brought an old foe back to the, but no, I brought an old friend back. The last time we actually did a pod, we was down at the other studio in Pittsburgh. And
East
dude,
Liberty.
yeah, I ain't going to even kick they back in, but you remember what happened.
Dude was damn near rushing
Dude,
us
he was
out.
trying to leave.
That dude is low-key single-handedly the reason why bro got this on. I never seen him have more of a fire in his eyes after that. Bro, we rented out. We used to book at the one you at now, the one you shop with. But we there now, and they don't like this as much as you would think. So it's like,
man,
they were like, yo, like as soon as our show started, all right, I'm just letting you guys know 45 minutes. It's like, all right, bro, we know the time.
We was
30
getting
minutes.
deep. We was getting deep into it too, and
20 minutes.
he just cut us right off.
Bro, he kept coming in like, hey, just so you guys know, 15 minutes. It's like, bro, okay, bro, like we understand, but you keep
All the way
it's
up
10
until
minutes. Bro, and then as soon as it hit 5:59, bro, this dude get the cut and the lights on.
No, you're tripping. It wasn't no 5:59. He had to. Remember he said he had to catch his bus by like 5:50. He turned the lights on 5:45.
He said something like, "Oh, you guys could come back and make up your other 15 minutes if you want on us." I'm like, bro, why do you think we're gonna come back here to make up 15 minutes, bro?
Bro, I'm with one of the flyest niggas in Pittsburgh that you ever gonna meet. You think
it's
like he could probably get fly again. I'm not getting fly again.
And this is the first I'm hearing about this, fellas. This is the first I'm hearing about this.
Bro, he was not rocking with us.
But peep though, bro, that just let you know how solid of a person I am, bro, because that shit happened a long time ago, and that's still never.
That was a couple years ago.
I
We
ain't
has been supposed to pod, but I ain't gonna lie, it was probably me bullshitting though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was me bullshitting. My apologies.
Oh, no,
That's crazy. We subtracted unaccountability and we just added accountability by having another man on the pod.
Yeah.
MJ going fucking snap when I'm shooting.
She's snapping on you.
What's the accountability? Bro, that little sports and that sports and musician debate kind of centered over the deep end. It was
That's gonna turn the female up every time, though, bro, because females don't give a fuck about sports, bro.
I know she gonna flame y'all when she see this.
oh yeah, she definitely gonna flame me.
Yeah,
But she was right though.
Huh?
She was right though.
She was right. I
Yeah,
would,
but
listen, our
but
whole
she
thing
wasn't right about the distance between it.
You got a point I wanted to say, but I ain't want to, mess up the thing. But it was, I think it's.
Have my back.
No,
Nigga,
listen.
you don't do this. You do the
Listen.
same shit on Facebook
It's-
too. Have my
We're gonna
back.
talk about that though. Look, I just think it's really just a case. It's who you talking about. Because
Yeah.
when y'all said MJ, come on. Even now, there's literally nobody on the planet Earth
Yes.
more famous than Michael Jackson. Like,
Or
Yeah,
Michael
man.
Jordan.
or Michael Jordan.
He had men
But
fall out.
but I feel like those are the only two that
Jordan still
Jordan's
got
the
these
only
niggas
person
falling
that
out.
might be able to give him a run for his money. Like you said, if it was a tour where he's going to talk to people, he might give Michael Jackson a run for his money.
Yeah.
Niggas
LeBron
gonna-
might too. You know what I'm saying?
They're
But
gonna-
anybody else, come on. Michael Jackson got a statue in Budapest somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
don't no other athletes do that besides maybe Mike, LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I
but,
mean?
Like,
So
my whole thing was like she had a point. Like I was agreeing with her for the whole 10 minutes of the conversation. I'm just saying the last 3 minutes. I'm saying when she said it was dumb, I'm like, no, it ain't dumb because he got a point. Because what he's saying is he knows that there's not kids in Kenya that want to be Taylor Swift. There's not. There's not kids in Kenya that want to be Taylor Swift. There's not kids in other countries where their focus is they want to be an athlete.
Right.
And if you want to be an athlete in other countries besides America, it's always soccer. And who's the most famous soccer dude? Ronaldo.
That's debatable. That's it's like, nah.
He's top 5 in most followers on Instagram. I know that for sure.
yeah,
I know the
So-
first day he made his YouTube channel.
Number 1 might be Taylor Swift. though.
YouTube
You don't
Sunday.
know.
Bro,
It is.
YouTube's
It is.
done.
I think so.
Is it Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo? The
What?
moment he created his YouTube,
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. Bruh,
200
YouTube already
million.
had his plaque at his door. We know you got it. What are you waiting on? Like, but I mean, not to. I'm not gonna kick because then she gonna be thinking that we was talking shit.
Yeah,
behind
yeah,
her back.
yeah.
She don't
That's
think we was
why-
talking shit.
Yeah, that.
But nah, while we got Craig here, and I didn't know Cook. I never knew you was a wrestling fan. We could have left him at home.
Nah, bring him in, bring him in. The more the merrier, man. I wouldn't say I'm a diehard fan, but I definitely, when I'm bored, I definitely will watch it. And WrestleMania, I always will watch that. That's always something that, it's humbling. It's like good entertainment. I like good entertainment. I love it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was today years old whenever I found out that Raw is a more expensive show than SmackDown.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's because it's live.
Oh, so see that's the difference.
So Raw is live no matter
SmackDown
what.
is-
SmackDown is taped on Tuesdays, and it
And
used to
aired
be
on-
aired on Thursdays, but now it's aired on Fridays.
Do you allow wrestling to take up your Fridays, or part of it?
Part of it. Part of
Alright.
it.
He's a
You
fan. He's
know
a
what's
fan.
crazy, bro? Like real rap. I'm still a diehard, but I definitely pull back a little bit. I think I just pull back because I'm an old man. By 8 o'clock, I be ready to go to sleep. You know what I mean? I'll catch it tomorrow. But I definitely try to go to every event that comes here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if y'all ever been to an event. You ever been to an event?
I've been to one, but I was a kid, though, but it was.
As an adult,
I want to go so bad.
10
bro.
times. Like wrestling fans, it teeters because sometimes they're idiots, but then sometimes they're like some of like the best people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People are gonna judge me for it, but I know we used to go to the events. Me, Mario, Harry, we used to go to the events dressed as like Stone Cold.
Yeah.
I
That's
went
fire,
I went
though,
as
bro.
the Shield one time.
Yeah.
Just little like seeing little kids coming up to us. I ain't no celebrity. I'm not no wrestler, but they wanted to take pictures with the belts. You know what I mean?
It's a fandom, bro.
I'm telling you, bro, it's an experience, man. The only thing I wish I could have did was actually meet one of the wrestlers.
Yeah.
Like I know a couple years ago, or this might have been a couple years ago. Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns. You know how he used to come down. He used to come down.
I know Roman Reigns.
All right, I'm just making sure. Because now, look,
The tribal chief.
Yeah, the travel chief. Exactly. That's my guy.
Yeah.
But this is when he used to get like booed out of the building. They love him
okay,
now.
yeah.
But he used to come down the ramp.
Yeah.
And the one time we're sitting in the crowd. This is why I say sometimes wrestling fans are like the best people. Where we were sitting is the same aisle he comes down, right? At the time he's feuding with Triple H. And they're like, yo, you're Roman Reigns. You got to sit here. And when he comes down, you got to get a fist bump. Because normally he'll come down and fist bump people. His music hit. Everybody's like, yo, he's coming out. I got my phone. He came down the ramp. We was pissed. Everybody was pissed. And I was so mad. And then, of course, he got booed out of the building. He got booed out of the building because they tried to say he couldn't wrestle. But, it's a matter of opinion.
So who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
Shawn Michaels.
Okay. Oh, I haven't peeped
Shawn
that.
Michaels.
The Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna lie, man. Shawn Michaels, that man got me in so much trouble.
Oh yeah,
He don't even know. I'm pretty sure everybody sitting here probably got their ass whooped at some point for saying "suck it."
I remember the day.
Sure. Yeah, I man. So I got the first time it happened.
Everybody got a sucker story? Like while we already let's just go down the sucker pause.
Yeah,
Pause, but let's go down our sucker stories. DX sucker stories.
Mine is like simple. You know, when they started, I did it in school. We went, we all went to Schaefer.
Yeah.
You know, I think it was Miss Salata. Remember Miss Salata?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember Miss Salata.
Miss Salata.
Shout out Miss Salata.
She seen me doing it. She called home. My pops got wind of it, and he asked me where I got it from. And I told him, wrestling. He grew up in the Jimmy Superfly Snooker, the Hulk Hogan, where it was kind of exactly where it was watered down. We're in the era where shit is super edgy. You know what I'm saying? So exactly. So when I told him initially, he didn't believe me. Man, tore my ass up.
Damn.
Tore my ass up. And of course,
Pops just now gave you a long ass speech about how he loved you.
Man, listen.
Put your hands on him.
Tore me up, bro. But my older brother, ended up coming home. And he ended up telling him what happened. And my brother was like, "Nah, Pop, that's a real thing. Like, man, you bullshit." That exact night, Monday Night Raw, he sees it. Of course, he come and apologize. You know what I mean? But he's like, "Son, you can't. You can't do that." Of course, literally the next day, my dumb ass go do it again. So I got tore up even more.
Bro, damn. So you could have got out of it thanks to Raw being live recorded and not tape delay. You know what I mean? But you just couldn't stop.
I couldn't stop, bro. I couldn't stop.
What's your DX what's your DX story?
Bruh, I got caught doing that shit. Me and Keith was doing that shit.
Over at my aunt's house?
At daycare, yeah.
Daycare is crazy.
That's
the influence that they
That's
had,
the
though.
worst place.
That'd be a good $50 million.
That's a shakedown.
That's a shakedown for sure. Telling somebody to suck it. What was yours? You had to
School. Just kids in school.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing too crazy.
That's how the main thing was, especially the cross when it was.
Yeah.
You be like,
That's it.
You cross it, it's over.
over.
Bro.
cross gonna get you smacked with it.
Straight suspended. You're out of here.
Bruh,
Straight ass whooping when I got home.
my favorite teacher caught me up in some bullshit, bro. I still remember the girl's name who I gave the sign to, but I won't put it out there because we're friends now. We was friends before, friends now, friends after. You know what I mean? But god damn, you don't even know what you did. I was getting my ass whooped at the crib, bro. For damn near anything. So whenever the voicemail that came through to my mom's after she just not got done working 2 jobs.
Oh,
and she raising 5
man,
brown boys, and you about to disrespect and tell a woman now suck. What did you say? My mom's
That's the worst.
bro. Let me get a single. My mom said, "So what did you say?" I was like, I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. What did you say? All I did was this. I did this on my lap, like this. She said, "Well, what do this mean, you little yellow motherfucker?" I'm like, it means sucking. What? It means sucking.
Now you know how to talk.
Bro, after a couple pops in the mouth, yeah, them lips got a little sore. I'm like, yeah, I say suck it. Man, after I told that girl to suck it, man, I don't think I ever told another girl to suck it until I started eating pussy. And then I was like, D-Generation.
Okay, we scored. But I gotta ask, what was your favorite? How did you feel about WrestleMania in general? How did you feel about it?
I thought it was cool. I thought it could have been better, but I think now, I tell my wrestling fan friends all the time, sometimes you gotta still watch it like as a kid. When you start getting when you start worrying about like who deserves to be the champ and who, you know what I mean? That's when you stop enjoying it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I tell people all the time, like, wrestling's always better when the champ is somebody that you don't like.
Yeah.
Because that makes it 10 times better when the person that you do like finally wins. Now he gonna turn heel the next day, but you know what I'm saying? It always makes it better. But when you watch it from like a child standpoint, instead of worrying about the business and the money and you know what I mean, stuff like that, you're gonna ruin it for yourself.
Can I ask one more question? What was your favorite match for 2 days? So now it's 2 days. I don't know if you know now, but WrestleMania is now 2 days. It's not just one Sunday.
Yeah.
So they turned it into like a real.
That's because that
big
shit used to
event.
be 5 hours.
Yeah. So like I like that structure of how they got it now. But yeah, what was your favorite match?
So I'm a Roman Reigns guy.
Okay.
So that was my favorite match. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. Like I said, of course, you know, the outcome wasn't what I wanted because I'm
Your
a Roman
boy,
Reigns
Paul.
guy. But for the sake of a match telling the story, that was 10 to me. That was 10 out of 10.
Okay.
That was 10 out of 10. That was a good match, like really really good match.
For me, I would say, that's a tough one. I like the Uso match. I like how they kicked it off.
Jey Uso.
Jey Uso, yeah.
Okay.
I did like that one.
So I'm gonna get it. If some wrestling people see this, I'm gonna get a lot of flack. I'm not sold on Jey Uso yet. I can't even really tell you why though. So it's gonna make me look like more of a hater. Somebody on the internet the other day called me. He didn't call me a coon. He just said I like all the hunks. That's what he said. Because I wasn't too sold on Jey Uso winning, and like I said, this is kind of sounding like me being a hypocrite because the guy who was facing Gunther, however you want to pronounce it, is like a real like tough guy, and like the one thing that makes your stock go down in wrestling is if you're a tough guy and you get tapped out. And he made him tap out. So now his credibility is like, you know what I mean?
Hey, matter of fact, I'm glad you said the tap out. We got to get back for Gunther, whatever fuck his name is. He choked out Pat McAfee yesterday.
McAfee, yeah.
Hey, yo, we got to get him back.
Had my man Pat McAfee throwing up and everything.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? What's funny about that? I said, Michael Cole was like, look, I'm not going to let this motherfucker ruin my shit. Came right back up because he tried to choke Michael Cole out too. You know what I'm saying?
and shout out to Pat.
Cole.
Pat wasn't scared. Yeah, I mean, he came up, did his thing. Then was crazy. His boys.
Yeah,
his boys jumped the.
They jumped the guardrail.
Yeah.
They was trying to get at Gunther. They was trying to get at that. That was fire. I like that.
I loved it. They was like, what? They was like, what? We gotta protect the franchise. Hold on, we gotta do the draft and all that. What the hell was you doing? That's a $90 million. $90 million dude.
Also, too, as far as WrestleMania, like I seen a lot of people. It wasn't a lot of what you call it, like guest appearances, like it normally is. Like last year, just within the main event, you had
Speed, right?
No, that wasn't the main
event. That was
event.
Royal Rumble.
That was the Royal Rumble. But just last year, I think Undertaker.
Sit this one out.
right. It was Undertaker coming to save the day for Cody Rhodes and stuff like that. And I think guess what? This year it was only Travis Scott.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And Becky came.
And Becky came back. Of course, Stone Cold. He came and did the attendance thing. It's like a
happy medium.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I think. Because they overdid it last year. They're probably like, we're not going to do it this year. And also, everybody expected The Rock to come back,
Yeah.
And people need to, like, one thing I try to do, I'm not as good as other people. When you're watching these events, stay off the internet. Like, that whole week, just stay off the internet. Because now, I'm not going to say it ruined wrestling, but it just made it a lot worse. Because you know all the surprise guests, the surprise entries in the Royal Rumble now because of Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff. So, if you can, stay off the net while you watching it because it's going to ruin it for you. Because I hate knowing.
Yeah, I hate the spoiler.
I hate it.
What's good, y'all? It's Horton, founder of the No Offense Network. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel to make sure you plugged in. You want to be plugged in, right? All right, so look, this is what you do. Find the bell below. Yeah, right down there somewhere. Click that. You plugged in. I feel like wrestling just took a hit for me as far as like my fandom whenever they linked up with ESPN, and I was just like,
You know what's crazy though? When you said it needed more structure, or your other sports had more structure. The crazy thing is, it's actually now more focused on wrestling. Yeah. Like, when we was coming up, it was more focused on like segments and gimmicks and promos, and because if you go back and look,
but I like that about
right.
I love the narrative. Like I told Cook before, I love the narrative about sports. Yeah. I like the storyline about sports.
Absolutely.
Like, we was riding on our way here, and we was talking about, like, the Celtics and the Lakers and the playoffs and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And the way we was talking about the game, I know Craig Jones probably like, hey, bro, like, you ain't got to get that deep. I'm
he got deep on me. He did.
Like,
he got deep on me.
Because Tatum, bro, I be hearing people say that Tatum's not him or he don't got the aura. But Tatum been knocking on the Eastern Conference door the first 5 years of his career. Mm-hmm. You get to the finals, you lose. You're supposed to. You get the scars. You build up them calluses, and then you go back and win. And now there's no pressure. As a Laker fan, I do not want to see a Celtics team without no pressure. And I'm just saying, I'm on camera saying that. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
The Cavs coming out the East, though.
Come on, man. You know what? Before I'm gonna get back into this wrestling shit, but I got a bone to pick. You already knew this was coming. I got a bone to pick with Skilly, man. So me and this dude, same thing with Streets. We grew up together.
Yeah.
Me and Skilly was literally the only two people in the whole hood
that like the
Celtics. We was Paul Pierce together, like, you know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere, we get old. He don't like the Celtics no more.
Oh.
He LeBron. I'm like,
in Miami. It was. See, I didn't jump with LeBron the first year when they won. But after I seen, I'm the type of person whenever y'all kick someone when they down, that make me like it more.
Okay.
When LeBron and them lost that ring and everybody was talking shit and I started liking D-Wade a little bit where, like, I liked Paul Pierce and D-Wade equally. So I was already starting to like D-Wade.
Because you was Skills Wade.
Yeah. So
I remember Skills Wade, but I'm just trying to figure out because, like, LeBron, he torched Boston. So how you going?
It was hard to do, bro.
I don't think it was that hard, bro.
He said,
you know what I'm saying? You just left me by my lonely. Now, all of a sudden, there's all these, Celtics fans coming out the woodwork now.
I did peek back. I did peek back a little bit, but then we got Luka.
And you know what too? You know what too though? As far as wrestling, I don't want to be that guy. This guy, I promise you, I don't want to be this guy. But I know a couple of years ago, nigga, I stay getting clowned for liking wrestling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I stay now. That's like the cool thing now.
Yeah.
You know anime and all that.
Yeah, and it's like, you know what, bro? If you grew to like it, cool. But damn, my nigga, like, can I get some type of apology or something? Like, niggas was I whole ass lost out on talking to females. I got judged. You know what I'm saying? Because I was liking wrestling and stuff like that. But,
and they made a lot of the new wrestlers are more like relatable too. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not country. And
even now, like
that.
how what do you think of like how wrestling has transformed the women's division?
I like it. I mean, so they still, some of them are still real good to look at. So that sound real, sexist. But
Jada Parker got my vote.
Jada Parker,
she got my vote.
God, that woman. Then you got Naomi.
Yeah.
You got Bianca Belair. You got Jade Cargill. Even some of the I'm a big Rhea Ripley fan.
I like her.
I love Rhea Ripley. I think, just like when he was saying as far as earlier with structure.
Yeah.
And when we was coming up, it was especially women's wrestling.
Oh yeah.
No structure at all. It was what you say Streets, puppies. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was about. They had the bra and panties matches and and of course we all teenage boys at the time, so we loving this, but you think about it now, all that stuff that we grew up on, it get canceled in a second. You know what I'm saying? It was mad sexist, mad homophobic. Like, you couldn't tell me that's my favorite wrestler, but he used to do mad.
Don't tell me Goldust is your favorite wrestler.
No. But
shit, hold on. I had my mic down. Don't tell me Goldust is your favorite wrestler.
No. But what I was saying is like it's definitely more geared towards the actual wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As opposed to the other stuff. The other stuff is cool too, but when you go back and look, if y'all ever get a chance, like if y'all got some free time, just go back and look at some of the stuff that we grew up on. And not saying that the wrestling is horrible, but it's not as bad. Or
Hulk
it's not
Hogan.
as good. It's not,
Not even
as
a Hulk
good.
Hogan. Nah,
Hulk
like,
Hogan.
you
Well,
gotta-
I'm coming for you.
He's
nigga.
always been a terrible wrestler.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's always been.
Hold on.
For me,
I-
go ahead.
Hey,
Get the arm getting strong.
Yeah, he's always been a terrible wrestler. I was a Macho Man guy myself.
Okay.
From
yeah,
that
yeah,
era,
Macho
Macho Man was my guy. But
we
I grew up a Stone Cold and a Rock fan. That
you brought the first disagreement to this podcast. You
Really?
brought the very first disagreement to this podcast.
you think Hogan's a good wrestler?
I think Hogan is the icon.
Hell no.
I think you mixing what I'm saying up. Hogan is absolutely an icon.
Yeah, it's kind of like
But as far as an actual great wrestler,
No.
in that particular era, I could probably name 10 wrestlers better than Hulk Hogan. I could probably name 10.
But can you name 10 wrestlers who could do this better than Hulk Hogan?
No. The Hulk up? I hate that shit. Look.
He's hulking up.
That Hulk up shit is so trash. Oh God. And if we being honest, the leg drop is probably the number one worst finisher of all time.
Ask Matt Queen if the leg drop is the worst finisher of all time. I've
It's
been
cool.
leg dropping since 2016.
I do wrestling moves on my woman too. So you know what I mean.
What
But
you say?
you
Put it right in the Cobra
know
Squad.
what I'm saying. I pedigree my girl from
Hey,
time
yo.
to time. You know what I mean. Real
You say you
rap.
give her that Dudley Boy special.
Exactly.
Yo,
Exactly.
He said, Bubba.
Get the table. So, any of y'all ever? I know I got in trouble for it, or at least got hurt doing wrestling moves on one of your siblings.
Oh, man.
Absolutely.
No. I was the sibling that was getting the
Yeah.
wrestling moves.
Yeah,
Done on
you
me.
right, because I was the little brother. So yeah, I definitely got some moves put on me.
I had to find like little action figures. I could be like, oh yeah, or like use the pillow. I'm putting the
Yeah.
pedigree on the
Yeah.
pillow.
Philip.
You had one of those bashing brawlers.
Oh man, I wish I had a bashing bro. That's one of the things I used to fantasize about. Like,
Oh, my fault, bro. I ain't mean to take you back like that, bro.
this
'Cause
nigga come on he come
Oh,
on the
you
set
live with
with a
both parents,
full
huh?
leather
yeah,
belt.
yeah. I'm not. Look, I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. Like when it came, I wish I would have kept that stuff because number one for nostalgia purposes, but also because that stuff now is worth a lot of money.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
a
saying?
whole lot of money.
Like the rings, the Titantrons, all that stuff. That stuff is worth like some really, really good money.
Yeah,
I mean, even at some point, this right here, I got to take my name off it, but it's probably gonna be worth something,
Yeah.
somewhere down the line.
Yeah, got some weight on it.
Yeah.
whenever I first seen it, I was like, damn, I thought bro was gonna show me like, you know what I mean?
That little toy Fisher
Yeah,
Price.
little,
The
you know what I mean?
The
Little
styrofoam, the styrofoam.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm about to, I can rip it. Meanwhile, I seen that shit, I'm like, this
Yeah,
nigga
bro.
said-
I had the styrofoams too.
Let me ask you this question: what was your favorite? I mean, probably you probably have it. What was your favorite title belt out of all the belts you've seen?
I believe it or not, it's actually the classic Intercontinental title. Classic Intercontinental title, and then a close second. Close second is probably whatchamacallit, the big wing, the big world.
World
heavyweight.
heavyweight,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That's probably my close second.
Okay,
Man,
I like the John Cena United States one
Okay,
when he
the
first
spinner
brought
one?
out the spinner. When he
Okay.
first
Yeah,
brought out the
that
spinner.
one. That one was fire. That one was fire.
I like the I like whenever because John Cena wasn't the first person who they specialized the belt for, but whenever they did it for Stone Cold with that
Smoking
skull,
Skull.
oh
yeah,
my god,
yeah, that smoking skull
Bruh.
was hard.
Austin 316, bro, I was ready to whoop an ass.
Yeah.
I was about to open
Yeah,
up
that
a can
smoking
of
skull
whoop
was
ass.
definitely hard.
He had the perfect character
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because everyone would love to beat up their boss.
Every day.
Like
That's
the things he used to do, they would have probably got canceled in this. Era
what I'm
now.
saying. And the stuff that they did now, and like I said, it was good TV, but they wouldn't dare bring it back now. I mean, some of the stuff that they're doing now is getting a little bit more edgier. I still feel like, and this is no disrespect to like the kids, especially because John Cena's retiring too.
Yeah, that's gonna be a.
I think what they need to start doing is going back to PG-13. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That way, I mean, obviously you can't do everything that you did back then, you know, because like I said, you get canceled. You can't show no, you know, no women parts, and you can't hit women. You know, back in the day, how many times we see 81-year-old Mae Young get put through a table? Like,
she's a goat for that.
She is a goat. And I don't know if you know, I think they were saying, Bubba Ray was saying like a conversation. He had a conversation with her.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, don't hold back. I don't know if you could convince me to powerbomb an 81-year-old woman through a table.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and even if I did, you know, he kind of stood there and, you know, stayed in character. I'd have panicked. like this is somebody's grandma. But then you go look and she done got hit in the head with.
They jumped her off a stage
Yeah.
and power bombed her. That is crazy. 81?
81. I don't know if she was 80, but I know she was probably in her 70s, 80s, something like that. Yeah. You know, it's funny, like you be seeing stories of the wrestlers that are actually like real tough guys in real life. I don't know if y'all know, but some of them, like Undertaker's, like, I love hearing all his stories. But I don't know if y'all know, and it's about to sound crazy, but if I'm not mistaken, I think Chris Jericho, can you imagine it? Chris Jericho beat up Goldberg in real life.
What? Ain't no way.
Yeah, Chris Jericho beat up Goldberg in real life. Like, that's crazy, but I don't know if y'all remember Steve Blackman.
Yeah.
They said
He used to have that little nightstick.
yeah,
like, wah,
yeah. No, that's
wah.
that's the boss man. He
No,
used to
not
have,
this
Yeah, the
nightstick.
he
nunchucks.
used to have the
Yeah,
nunchucks.
It was
Or the
nunchucks.
little thing he had.
Bro,
like,
he had the bamboo stick too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they said him, he wasn't to be fucked with in that
For real?
backstage. Yep. But it's like people that you don't really
Never
Hey,
expected.
you know
really
who else?
expect.
D'Lo Brown.
D-Lo.
They said he was a real country bumpkin,
Yeah.
like big strong nigga.
Yeah.
Just
And
whoop
also too, of course, but everybody knows this, like Undertaker, he wasn't to be fucked with. He was like the general back there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and
That
then,
boy
Farouk.
Yeah.
Farouk was a badass too. But I think him and Ahmed Johnson got into a
Oh yeah.
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 But they said he whooped Ahmed Johnson. Hey, and Ahmed Johnson ain't a little dude.
They said they hated Ahmed. Ahmed Johnson
Yeah.
was hated like universally across the whole company.
But that's because they said he was like dangerous in the ring. You know how
Yeah,
even
yeah.
though they say the shit's fake, but I mean you could obviously
Yeah, he
sustain
do
some
risky
some
shit,
real injuries. And they said he was stiff. You know, he would do shit. Like I think what he did with Farouk, he did a power bomb with Farouk, and he was too stiff and he broke his ribs. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even imagine how broken ribs feel. That shit probably.
Man, somebody tried to tell me that this shit was fake just today because I'm like, yeah, we about to be talking about the wrestling. They was like, man, that shit. I'm like, bro, there's nothing fake about a 6'7", 285-pound athlete jumping off the top rope of a ring. Or my prime example whenever people say wrestling's fake, The Undertaker on top of a 10-foot cage, jumped off. He's a 7-foot man who's close to 300 pounds, and he lands on Mankind.
Oh, when he threw Mankind.
Whatever he
him
threw
off.
Mankind. But
How do you fake that?
you can't.
I was actually there that night.
Who did he jump off and do the elbow drop on?
That was Shane
That's
McMahon.
Shane
Shane
McMahon.
McMahon
McMahon.
jumped off on him.
And did it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he's a regular sized dude. He's not no
Exactly.
freak athlete.
Shane
He's
McMahon is like a substitute teacher. He ain't no
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Mr.
he's not
Booth.
exactly like you know what I mean. But that night where he threw Mankind, I was actually there. That was the I'm showing my age, but that was the Civic Arena.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey,
Civic Arena is crazy.
wrestling took us back to so many different places in our life. It took us back to 6th grade. It took us back to Schaefer. That's an elementary school. It just, I ain't think we was going to spend that much time on wrestling, but whenever you get like our fanatic juices flowing, it's always going to be like some, it's always going to be a time whenever you allow me to be a fan, because that's one thing I never let nobody take from me. And whenever you said like how people would like kind of shun you out for being a super fan of wrestling, like I never understood it because I'm a super fan of LeBron, bro. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm a fanatic. I'm the true definition of what a fan is, and sports ain't fun without that part. You know what I mean? Everybody wanted to be like, I'm too good to cheer. I'm too good to like
Cool.
to be like we got to stop being cool. It's okay to be a fan. And it's also okay to be a fan of the Free Lunch Podcast. Drops every Tuesday. I mean, we shoot every Tuesday. About to be shooting on Thursday. If we get, if we can sign Craig Jones to this, to this little maxed out contract for Thursday.
Hey, listen, bro. All you gotta do is ask.
Hip hop too, because he's a hip hop head too. But it's WrestleMania, so we brought him in for the wrestling segment. But we definitely, I know that if God willing, if we can get a Thursday show, I'd definitely love for you to come and keep on kicking it with us at the Free Lunch Podcast. But you don't got to sign up right now. But we is about to sign out. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's the Free Lunch Podcast. I'm here with my host, Real Foul, Craig Jones.
The last real champ is here.
And my boy T Cook.
What's good? Let's go.
And make sure we shout out Malaya. She be shooting. So make sure you book with her, because once she hear what we is talking about behind closed doors, she's going to be on my heels. Now we out.
Alexa, play Duke music.
It's the Free Lunch Podcast with me and my comrades, giving you what you need every day, no off days. We talking real-ish and current events. It's the Free Lunch Podcast with me and my comrades, giving you what you need every day, no off days. We talking real-ish and current events.
Brought to you by